Hey, what's going on? So today I'm going to show you some free ways that I use to find information to help me to get deals. So we're gonna dive into where do I get pre-foreclosure lists. We're gonna look at a free software that can help you kind of get an idea of what the house stats are, I guess you could say, and then also a couple other quick tips. So hope you enjoy this, and if you do, please click the like button and follow me because I'm going to be just blasting out more content. Appreciate yous. So one of the best ways to get your first deal and to establish proof of concept is to focus on pre-foreclosures. Why pre-foreclosures? Because they have one of the main four pillars when you're talking to a seller. And what is that? That's pain. So what are the other pillars? It's the cost, the motivation or pain, the condition, and then the timing. These are all important factors. And if you think about it with pre-foreclosures, the timing, well, they have an auction date, so their timing is pretty soon. The condition really doesn't matter, and the price, unfortunately, a lot of people that are stuck, they don't have a lot of options. It's a long, daunting process when your house gets pre-foreclosed on, and you have to go and get what they call surplus funds back. Plus, you have pre-foreclosure on your record, so they definitely cost. I mean, the cost or the price is negotiable. And then the main one is their pain or their motivation. Me working with pre-foreclosure homeowners, a lot of times they're not like people that just don't pay their bills. Like, life has happened. Maybe there's health issues in one of the family members. I've worked with homeowners where there was two actually that their husbands had cancer, and they were middle age, and they were just going through it. So when you do pre-foreclosures, you got to have a heart for it. There's a lot of people out there that are just in it for the money, but if you really care and you help people, you will definitely, it changes your life. It changes your life, it changes their life. You have people saying, thank you, et cetera, et cetera. So the thing with pre-foreclosures is that it's public data. What does that mean? It means, like, if I don't pay my mortgage, my lender is going to file a default, and it's different names in different states. And then they're going to hire a lawyer or a trustee. Now that trustee is going to file all the paperwork, and they're also going to start adding their costs associated with it. And then I will be filed in the county records that I am in default on my loan, and I'm in the process of being foreclosed on. Now, it varies state to state. Some states take a long time. Some states are 30 days, 60 days before the point when the trustee attorney files and it goes into the court of law, or whatever state, whatever proceeds that state has. So with that information becomes public record. I'll show you an example. In Michigan, for example, which has like an open source data. Give me a minute here. Oh, you know what? I didn't share my screen. Let me go back and do that. Guess that'll help. Share screen. Entire screen. Share. So, like I was saying, in Michigan, they have everything that comes in through legal news. And what is legal news? That's just the state's public center that captures all of the information. Now, here's their notices that are coming out. This is all public record. So you click foreclosures, sale date. Today's the 8th, so let's say the 17th to December. again, I got pre-foreclosures and I got the date. My data, information key points, and then hit search. And now there is 866. This here is a paid service, but it's a couple $100, and you can pay per county. Michigan has many counties. I think it was like a couple $100 for the entire year, but this is just one example. So if I click on this one, first published the 7th, last published the 28th, and their auction is the 19th. Now, if I take this, let's see if this works. This is actually, I don't use this too much, but I know it is free. This is a software called PropWire. And PropWire is absolutely free. There is some upgrades you can do. So let's see if this matches. Let's see. I actually don't use this too much. However, comps, history. But you can kind of dig and look a little bit here. Here's another interesting thing, right? So say I wanted to find out this person's number. Now, PropWire does have skip tracing, as does, let's say, batch leads. This is a paid software, which, yeah, this is definitely the address and auction date 11/7. But this is the thing about these batch leads, PropWire, PropStream, Property Radar. They have a lag, right? So this says the auction date is 11/7. However, you go to Legal News and this says the auction date is December 19th. Now, which one is correct? Well, the county records and the public records, that's the word of God. So that's basically the truth right there. What probably happened here is this guy got it, or this homeowner got it postponed. So if I go back over here, look at the property details. I had already skip traced him to try to reach out. But if I look over here and say I don't want to spend funds and I just want to dig deep, True People Search is actually a really good free software that allows you to backtrack. And look at this. See, there's his name, Thomas Blake. And go back to True People Search. Search your details. The gentleman's 75 years old. And here comes some numbers that you could try to call. And then what's cool about True People Search is that you got emails, you have current address, and there should be, so here's possible relatives, possible associates. So if you wanted to put your address and your name in there, you can kind of see, like, if I put mine in there, I'm going to find some of these relatives, they are, but eventually if you went through this data, you would get a hold of it. So just to recap, this is a paid service. Now I'll show you some free ones. Basically what you do is you just go into your county website and put in your county. Let me think of one. So let's see. Ocean County, New Jersey, Sheriff Sale. And there you go, Ocean County Sheriff Sale. And foreclosure listings, here's all the list. So up at the top, real estate listing for 11/12. It's 11/8. And here's the amount of debt. Again, this is not always 100% correct. But let's just pick a random one here. So let's see. 10 Postal Road. Cream Ridge, New Jersey. I'll go back to prop wire since this is free. And yesterday I walked through a house. It was abandoned forever. And the dust is like rough. Making my nose all runny. So here's this one. Beautiful house, right? Let's look at the data. See, this says auction date 9/5/23. Now, since this was so old, what I'm going to take an educated guess is that this person filed bankruptcy and it got pushed, and now they're back on the auction. And here's the unpaid about 3/13. Now, if I go back to, I lost that page. Okay, so actually it says 3/13. This says 3/66. So it's pretty close. I would say it's pretty close to 3/66. Now, my question would be, do I even waste my time or use my time to call this person? So let's say they owe 3/66. So I'll get my calculator out and I'll type in 3/66 and then I'll hit divide by the estimated value. And this is just a quick back of the napkin sniff test. So I hit 336 divided by 583, and that's 62%. 62% debt to value ratio. If I wanted to dig a little deeper, I'd look at the loan, and I'd say, okay, they got a current loan. It's $1,000. Doesn't have an interest, but rent's pretty good. So this one right here, I would actually call this person today. Why? Because they're about to lose their house. It's on the auction. And if I can help them save it, I will do that. So I'm going to write that down, call them later. You can also print this out and kind of go through it. So what I showed you was that this is free data. This is like up-to-date data. And all you do is you go into your county, like, what's another one? Atlanta, right? No, that's not a good one to do. Let me see. I've gone through this, and I would actually share this, some of these, if you were interested. Just DM me on Instagram. So you got Texas. Texas is a good one. Here's Bexar County. And if you go to Bexar County, this is actually a really good one. It's easy to extract because you can export this. And here's all the records. You can see all here. San Antonio, Texas. And if you just hit export all, okay, that just exported everything. And I'll show you what that data looks like. So here's the data that just came in. I just exported it. And this is nice because if you're going to put this into like PropStream or PropWire or something, it'll go in. Like typically when you put it into batch leads, you need 3 data points, which would be the address, the city, and the zip, or the state. So, where's this at? So let's do a test. Jolly, let's see. Fun fact about Texas is that their auctions are every Tuesday, first Tuesday of the month. See, this information's old. This doesn't even show up as pre-foreclosure. So I would do a little more deep diving in this and see what I could find out about those properties. But you can see as these properties come out, they're all right there. So that's pretty much it. I mean, some states are easier than others. If you look up, like, you got like bid assets, I think it's called. You can actually, on bid assets, you can now the way that I see this is that states will hire these third-party companies to house the data information. So let's see. Let's pick a random state. Utah. I've never even tried to do a deal in Utah, and there's zero out there. How about North Dakota? That's a popular state, right? Notice the sale. Here's different counties. Now, North Dakota breaks it down by counties. So I click on that, and nothing. All right, I'll do one that I know. I'll stop messing around. All right, let's do Ohio. Let's have one county. Let me see. But a lot, like all this stuff is public record, so don't ever pay for this information. Let me look at PA. Philadelphia County. Boom, look at that. There's freaking 10 pages here. And what's nice is you can download all these properties. You just log in. You can download by date. Same concept. So there's a lot of free data. So I went over True People Search, PropWire, which is free. And then what do you do with this data? Well, you call them up. And then what do you do when you get stuck? You call someone like me up, and I can help you get past the line. What's powerful is the SubTo community. That's what I joined, and I basically utilize and leverage that community to network. And when I get stuck, I have a phone full of people that I can call up and help me to get past the things that I'm struggling with. When I first got started a couple of years ago and I joined SubTo, I did my first out-of-state wholesale deal, and it was pretty interesting. I'll give you like a quick story real fast before I end this. So I was pulling pre-foreclosure list in Pennsylvania. That's where I'm at. This is like my market right here. Eastern PA, do a little Jersey. I do deals down the East Coast, North Carolina, Georgia, Florida, Alabama, Texas, all around the Great Lakes. Basically where I can pull data from. But I was doing some texting up here in PA, and I got a hold of this lady. You know what? I wasn't sharing my screen. My bad. Let me do that again. Share screen. So I was doing some texting here in Eastern PA, and I got a hold of this lady, and she said, "Hey, I'm losing my house, but I don't want to lose my house up in PA. But I do have a house down in North Carolina. It's Elm City. Jeez, it's like a small little city. But anyway, she's like, I got a house in North Carolina." And me, as I just joined SubTo, I'm like, yeah, I bought houses in North Carolina, right? So what I did was I talked to her on a Thursday. I reached out to the community, got in touch with my friend Ralph. He's my friend, who's now my friend Ralph. I didn't know him before that. Him and I got on a Zoom call, went over the deal. I asked him if I could lock it up, if we could sell it, and he said yes. So I said, okay, fine. So then in PA on Friday, I went to this lady's house in Warrington, got the keys, signed the contract, came back home Saturday, put the keys in an envelope, FedEx shipped it down to Ralph. Ralph grabbed the keys, and then he drove from his town to Elm City, right here. Did a walkthrough, did videos, checked it out. The house was vacant, and then got some buyers. Now, and this was my first out of state wholesale deal, and listening to like some of the other real estate platforms, they always talked about, you know, doing virtual wholesaling and out of state deals, and I always wondered, how the heck do you do that? So I was in the process of doing it, and then Ralph found a buyer, and I made like $3,700. But for me, that was like making $1 million, because I just did what I never did before, and the proof of concept was there. So definitely, your network, your network is your net worth. So, but yeah, so I hope that added value, and I'm going to be dropping a lot more content. So please follow me. Instagram, same thing, at John F. McAllister. Have a good day. Go out there and take some action. And when you get stuck, hit me up. I actually got a form in the description below. You can put in your name, and we can touch base and reach out, and I can help you get your deals to the finish line. I want to help 100 people by the end of the year. So I got like 60 days. So please send your problems to me. That's what I need. I need problems to help solve. And what do I have? I have experience. I have the knowledge, and I'm a closer, and I can help you dispel your deals. So please come to me with your problems, and let's do some deals.